Hello everyone, how's it going? Just was gonna share my build really quick before the season starts. I'm planning to do a Electrify Javelin Sentinel build. That's the Paladin Mastery, and just to get right into it, I plan on starting with Vengeance as just the basic attack, kind of build into that with the Executioner, just for the extra hit damage, doubled against low health. If I decide to stay in it, I'll just move up this way. By level 4, we pick up Lunge. Probably start heading straight to the Pilum Assault, so I could use Javelin after lunging with a spear. Hopefully by the time I'm there, I will have Javelin unlocked at level 18. I will head over to the Holy Spears, then Divine Throws. This will really bring the Javelin online and change it to Lightning, giving me Ignite and Bleed chance, converting into Electrify chance, so now I can start stacking up my dots. Could put a couple points here in the Electrify chance, and depending on my mana situation, I will bring it down to excellent balance. Get that minus mana cost, goes up to 9%, which will make it 0. Then when I want to focus on ad clearing a bit more, I will take Divine Fury. This will bring the mana cost up just a little bit. We shouldn't have too many mana problems though if we can find a ring, even with the tier 1 here. It has -3 mana cost for throwing skills, and that stays -3 all the way to tier 5. So if you get a tier 1, stick with that. Focus on putting your forge potential and crafting, boosting something else like increased elemental damage or lightning damage. If there's damage over time as well, you're going to want to focus on that for some of your other items like this here, the relic, increased damage over time. This one's going to be the best one that you can get for damage early because it applies ignite chance, which is going to be converted to the lightning. In the second area, you'll get these gloves. These will be nice for sustain. Elemental damage leeches health, increases the leech rate, and gives you some survivability with the elemental resistance. You're picking up a spear. These are the stats that you can look for. Obviously, you can get bleed and ignite on it as well. You'll benefit from that. So you have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to how you plan on upgrading your affixes on an item. These ones here, you'll see that I put something you're probably not going to come across early on, chance to apply Electrify and hit with lightning skills. This is a Sentinel specific affix. They're usually pretty rare in the beginning, so if you don't get that, don't worry about it. Just pick another skill or put your forge potential into something like strength or health, whatever you think you need more. Strength will be a damage boost for Javelin, as well as dexterity. You'll see on the tooltip here, it has lightning, throwing, strength, and dexterity that it benefits from, scaling tags there. And for the passives, we'll just be going with Juggernaut. This will give you damage and resistance. Armorclad, Valiant Charge. This will make your lunge go off cooldown quicker. And then once we get to level 20, we will be mastering into Paladin. We'll go to Conviction, Valor, Blinding Light. Blinding Light is important because if you blind something, they won't be critting you. An Electrify chance here will be obviously beneficial to your damage. You want to be able to get as much stacks up as you can. The duration is a big deal for your damage as well. At least put 5 points in this. The more duration you have on your dots, the more damage you're going to be doing, the more stacks you'll have up. And then we're going to go to Holy Icon with the health, necrotic resistance, piety for lightning penetration and lightning resistance. More damage to Electrify, that's just a 5% more damage multiplier, will be super nice. This will be also very useful here. You got a triple threat going on. Damage, damage reduction, and damage multiplier. With the throwing attack damage for LT for the damage reduction, armor shred chance to just completely annihilate the enemy. I didn't put any points here because I also included the aspiring javelin build. So as you can see here, just to finish this off, when you pick your mastery, the paladin mastery, you'll get holy aura. I plan on going straight into Raye's devotion for the ignite chance and electrify chance, which ignite will be converted to electrify, so this will be 30% more electrify chance, and then you're going to want to go into attack speed. And if you're having trouble with survivability, which I don't think will be too big of a problem, you can head over to purification, boost that poison resist, or some points in shelter from the storm. As you can see here, we have pretty good resistances. Resistances aren't as important in Last Epoch as it is in Path of Exile. So if you're coming from there, don't quite need to worry about this as much. They also have death logs, so you can see what you die to. If you notice you just keep dying to poison or something like that, obviously search for some poison resistance, but don't worry about this too much. And for the aspiring Electrified Javelin build, chase item will be the spear here, 2 Ranis. This will actually give us one of the skill points that we put in the main one that converts our damage to lightning and converts our bleed and ignite chance to electrify. Gives us a whole bunch of lightning pen too. It's super strong. Once we get this, we can actually go into Javelin if we want and change some of this up. And this right here is Divine Throws. That's what we're getting on the weapon. I will probably change my spec and head over to Siege Barrage first. Though depending on how good Divine Fury is feeling and this stuff over here, these points, I might not switch until I end up getting the Orion's Descent belt, just because this will really bring the damage online when we have the chance to cast Smite on hit. And once we have at least the belt, we can also get this from the idol. We'll have a chance to cast Smite on hit with throwing attacks. We have one of these, we can go into Smite and benefit greatly from it. We get more blind chance going on, so I imagine we're going to have blind pretty much up all the time. So we don't need to worry about crit reduction or getting crit avoidance. We can just rely on blind chance. We have more damage, more hit damage versus blind. We get electrify chance from Smite, then it turns into lightning damage, so any lightning modifiers we have from our passive, Smite will benefit from. Then we'll have lightning bolts for the ad clear. Everything will be getting lit up, and we'll have nice damage over time. But that only is going to apply when we get one of these 2 items. So the order should really be the spear and the belt. Keep an eye out for one of these idols. This is pretty rare. You might get one that's pretty low percentage early on if you're lucky, but I wouldn't rely and focus too much on this. Then I expect this is something we could find fairly easily using Runes of Ascendancy and just farming. This will kind of replace those Avarice gloves and give us sustain and give us a damage boost by letting us apply shock. The Orient Sun will be just a nice quality of life for the playstyle, having the seals increase the armor and everything. It's going to just be a good item. Definitely get your hands on one of these and keep it. Try to get throwing attack speed on it or the minus mana cost for throwing skills. Depending on what you decide to do and how your mana is going, I threw these boots on there just because it kind of synergizes with the skill in the Javelin Tree Forceful Hurl. This will give us tons of lightning penetration if we stand still for 2.5 seconds. And if we are standing still for that long, we're most likely going to make it up to 3 seconds, which makes our mana cost go down by -6. So we'll be able to just spam javelins on a boss when we move out of one of the abilities they have. One of the big hits where we have a couple seconds to do a whole bunch of damage. Should really boost our damage quite a bit and help us out for bossing. If you aren't worried about mana though, I would keep an eye out for a different pair of boots. There's a lot of other good ones here. I mean, there's Stormtide, increased shock duration. You're shocked for 4 seconds when you stop moving though. This makes you pretty vulnerable if you're going against lightning characters, but you know, it's got good movement speed. Chance to apply shocked. I don't think this will be necessary. You'll have so many hits. I think you're gonna have max shock stacks the whole time, but it is an option. And otherwise, just some basic pair with maybe one of the resistances you need. There's a fire resist here. There's also the increased effective haste on you if you have that, which is nice. Maybe you just want to boost armor, go with the Citadel boots. You're not going to need the reduced bonus damage taken from critical strikes, but these are the highest armor boots. And the other stats to look out for: chance to apply Electrify on hit with skills. I mean, you could, if you get a T7 in that, that's good. T7 strength will be good for your armor and your damage, so strength on pretty much everything if you can. Throwing attack speed for the gloves. Try to get shred armor on the gloves or the amulet at least. Then the rest is just kind of subjective to what you think you need to progress. So you could get more defensives on your amulet, or you could just go like this with a whole bunch of damage. I'm definitely going to be going COF. I'll be streaming on Twitch tomorrow, so if you have any questions, you can see me on there. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear it. I think this should be a fun build. If it doesn't work out, there's going to be tons of options, and the ability to respecialize your mastery now that they're introducing is super nice. It's going to allow a lot of build diversity and swapping, and just a really nice quality of life overall. You don't want to have to level up a new character each time, especially the same one. Chance to apply Ignite, chance to apply Bleed, Endurance, Armor, Shred Lightning Resistance. These are all going to be the best ones. This can give you a whole bunch more Electrify with these two. Obviously swap them out if you think you need more resist. This one can go into the all resist here. And that's pretty much it. Take care everyone. Bye for now.